Why is it that narcissistic relationships are always emotional roller coasters? There can never be this nice, happy relationship that lasts, because it is like that at the beginning, but then it doesn't last. Why is it that you feel good, but then you feel really bad? There's never this in between bit. There's never a middle. It's either good or it's bad. Why is that? This is what I'm going to be talking about in the video. Hello everyone and welcome back. I hope that you're all doing really well. So today's video we're talking about why all narcissistic relationships are always emotional roller coasters. Why is it that it can't just be this nice kind of happy relationship that exists on a continuum? No, it doesn't. There's always issues and it's always an emotional roller coaster. And you know, at some point, you know, these roller coasters make you feel sick and you want to get off, and that's indeed what it's like in these narcissistic relationships. But you can't get off because you find that you're trapped. You find that actually you find yourself wanting to make it better or fixing something to make it better, and then you realize that you can't because it's too much, it's too intense. This is what I'm going to be talking about in the video, and I'm going to be talking about how you can actually step off this emotional roller coaster, how you yourself can actually heal from this and move forward from this. Because honestly, for those of you who are in the position wanting to make this relationship work with a narcissist, like, let me tell you, it's not going to, and it never will. And I know that's really harsh for a lot of us, and I know that's really heartbreaking because I know that you love this person and care about them, but it's going to end in disaster. And for as long as I've been doing this, as long as I've been doing these videos for YouTube, I have never known, not even one happy, successful narcissistic relationship. Why is that? Why is that, my friends? Probably because they're all abusive and toxic. But before we get into the video, guys, I just want to mention that I do go live on this channel every single Tuesday. If you have a question or there is something on your mind, I'd say come on over to the live. It's absolutely free. Come over, say hi. We've got a really supportive and really kind community, which, do you know what, is a vibe. Like, come on over, check it out for yourself. Who says healing has to be boring? Come on over. I'd love to see you on the live. So relationships with narcissists often resemble this emotional roller coaster, which is marked with intense highs and lows that leave the partner, which is you, feeling bewildered and emotionally drained. This effect stems from the complex and challenging dynamics that are associated with narcissistic individuals. Now, if you think about it, this person has a personality disorder. Now, okay, this exists on a scale because you've got narcissists who are like full-blown narcissists. We're talking the Hannibal Lecters, the American Psychos, these lot, all right? And usually these are undiagnosed people out in society. They don't really get diagnosed or known that this has happened unless something with a forensic background kind of happens and they are taken in to an institution, and then these tests or diagnosis is performed. So there's that end of the scale, okay? Then we have other individuals who display narcissistic traits, can be quite argumentative, they're quite selfish. You know, they don't really give you an opportunity to explain yourself. They don't even care about you. You got those types of people. So are they narcissistic? Yeah, they are, because they've got traits of it. But this is what I'm talking about. It's a personality disorder. It's very hard to pinpoint. You know, we've all got a personality. We've all got personality traits. But what this depends upon is the levels of certain aspects of your personality, where it becomes toxic, where it becomes disordered. That is what we're talking about. You know, it's about having different filters in place. You know, just because someone cut you up in traffic, you're not going to jump out of your car and stab them, are you? No, you'll be annoyed, you might swear at them, okay, whatever. But someone who doesn't have those filters will go over and above the threshold and perform a behavior that is so out of line, okay, which is not okay. They have no conscience. That's the difference. These are the scales that I'm talking about. So this is why it's really quite challenging or very difficult to be able to diagnose a personality disorder or narcissism unless a behavior goes out of hand. Now, for a lot of us, this actually happens, you know, in our relationships with these people, whether it's in a work scenario, whether it's a family member, whether it's a friend or a partner. Okay, this person has gone above the threshold of what is acceptable and what is not. They've hurt you, and that's where it becomes very challenging to be able to manage that. And yes, they are narcissistic, but this is where you have to understand where you have to protect yourself. If you find someone that is like this, you need to understand this and understand the key factors that contribute to this experience of this emotional roller coaster. Okay, so these factors might include, you know, tendencies to idealize you, put you on this pedestal. Okay, look, it is nice when people do that. It is really nice when someone does that, but it's not normal. It's not something that everybody does. It's nice when someone pays you a compliment, but not when someone keeps doing it over and over again, and it becomes quite boring after a while. Or equally when someone devalues you and puts you down and makes you feel like you're not important. All right, once, okay, we can let them off. But if someone continues to do that, it becomes awful. It really affects your sense of self, your confidence, your well-being. Someone who changes your perception of reality, causes you to doubt yourself. This is someone gaslighting you, someone who doesn't understand you, who cannot understand you emotionally, someone who has difficulties in conflict resolution, and this repetitive cycle of apology. They continue saying, sorry, I'm really sorry. Okay, everyone can make a mistake once, maybe twice. But if someone continues to apologize and do the same behavior, they're not sorry. They don't care. They keep doing it because it meets their needs, not yours, theirs. So they don't care how it makes you feel. So it is really important for you to recognize these patterns within these people, within these individuals, all right? And have the confidence to be able to say, no, this is not okay for me. This is not all right. Because until you say that, probably nothing will change. But even if you do say it, nothing will change. This is where you have to put or set some sort of boundaries. A narcissist being able to get away with these behaviors really empowers them, all right? It makes them feel good because it's validating them, meaning that they can do whatever they want, they can behave the way that they want, and they get away with it. And they're like, yeah, this is good. This is making me feel good. So what they're doing is they're prioritizing their emotional well-being over anybody else. Doesn't matter whether it affects another person, whether it hurts them, whether it makes them feel good, they don't care. And that's what I'm talking about. This is where it becomes really quite selfish, almost in some cases quite dangerous. Also, where it can become quite challenging is where the narcissist uses manipulation to control you, to control over a situation. Now, think about it. Why do they do this? They do this, right? And this is the simple explanation. I know I've got loads of videos talking about this, but the simple explanation why a narcissist needs to control is because they need to know a certain outcome. They need to know how something is going to pan out or what will happen. And the reason why they do that is because they're quite anxious. They've got these negative self-narrative going on in their head. When you've got this negative voice in your head that is telling you, oh, you are this, oh, this person doesn't like you, look, they're laughing at you, you become anxious. So you become distrustful of yourself. You disconnect, you desensitize from yourself, because hearing this voice that is constantly putting you down makes you feel uncomfortable, makes you feel not good enough. This is their ego, okay? This is their ego. This is the inflated ego, right? So when you're hearing that all the time, someone putting you down, you are going to feel unsure of yourself. So if you want someone to meet your needs, like giving you a lot of validation, giving you a lot of attention, you need to be able to manipulate them and control them so that the end result is what you want. So say, for example, you don't want to go out somewhere and your partner wants to go out. Like, they've arranged everything, they bought a new outfit, and they're like, yeah, I really want to go out. So what you will do, okay, is you'll manipulate the situation so that both of you don't go out, because you don't want your partner to go out without you. What if they meet someone else? What if they meet someone else and they realize how awful controlling you actually are? So you need to stop that person from finding this out about you. And I know we're never going to understand how the narcissist thinks. I guess this is just my example of how I think a narcissist would do that, and examples that I've heard from clients. So the narcissist will stop that person from going out. So they'll put them down. They'll make them feel like their appearance is not good enough. They'll make them feel like they look awful. And so they diminish their confidence, their self-esteem, so that they don't feel like going out because they're so upset. They feel so confused, maybe isolated. That's how a narcissist does it. And do you think that narcissist is going to care how they have made you feel? No. As long as they got their needs met, as long as this worked out in their favor, it's all good. It's all good. Doesn't matter if you missed the night of your life. Doesn't matter. Narcissist has won. And that's what I mean. They will control you and they will dominate other people because they want this to happen. They want whatever it is that's going on in it. Remember, this is all perceived. It's not that it's really happening. This is all perceived. This is the instability in the relationship. And so you'll find yourself constantly trying to please the narcissist or meet these ever-changing expectations. Can't do it. There is no way that you are ever going to be able to make this person happy. They can't even make themselves happy. So how are you going to make them happy? They don't know what it is that they want. They're very impulsive. So whatever is going on at that time, that's what they need to, that's what needs to be happening. So it's their perception of reality that is skewed. And that is the issue here. Added to the fact that they have a fear of abandonment. Okay, this is their core wound. They think that if you discover who they are, you're going to run. And indeed, that is what happens. You do discover who they are and you do run because you have enough of that person. And because of this narcissistic fear, what happens is it manifests in various ways, such as, their possessiveness, jealousy, controlling behavior. And this makes you feel like you've got to constantly reassure the narcissist, that is leading to this seeking of approval and fearing rejection. And they have a difficulty in being able to resolve conflicts. They struggle with conflict resolution, okay? They deflect the blame and they create patterns where issues are non-effectively resolved, adding to the emotional instability of the relationship. Guys, there is no way forward unless you choose yourselves and understand that this person is highly abusive. If you are someone that is going through this, please know that I do offer one-to-one consultations. Please see the description box for details. I've also got a video going more into detail about how you can get past this and what trauma bonds are and what keeps you stuck in these dynamics. Please click this link here. I've also got a supportive community of like-minded individuals over on Discord. And if you're interested in joining, please see the description box below. Guys, thank you so much for joining and watching this video. I hope it's helped. See you in the next one. Goodbye.